Public Space Travel is a leftist, anti-capitalist podcast of disgruntled academics, video gamers, and friends. Our belief is that knowledge should be made more accessible and be used for anti-oppression and non-hierarchical revolutionary ends. You can support what we do at patreon.com/public space travel and reach out to us at publicspacetravel@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 208-502-1406. Now, on to the show.
And then sing it. Okay. Side quest.
I love it.
Hello, family. It's your boy Marks, aka the Shadow Producer, aka Carl Anti-Capitalist, aka the German Vermin keeping the bourgeois squirmin', and today, the Master of Ceremonies. In this, the first episode of our Public Space Travel actual play tabletop role-playing series, where we'll play to create, share, and explore society, culture, and politics through narrative storytelling. Joining me is Luci.
Hello.
Hunty.
Hey.
Lazarus.
Hello.
And Lichen.
Hello.
So we will be playing the game Apocalypse World by D. Vincent Baker and Meguey Baker. This game is focused on narrative storytelling through world building and the characters' actions within the world that we create together. So, before we get started, what is role playing? I know Lichen and Hunty for sure have not done this before. So I really like the description that the rulebook gives here. So what it is role-playing is a conversation. The players go back and forth talking about these fictional characters in their fictional circumstances, doing whatever it is that they do. Like any conversation, you take turns, but it's not really like taking turns. You talk over each other, interrupt, build on each other's ideas, monopolize, and hold forth. Which is, something that I really like about this system is how collaborative it is, and it's not so much like I wrote a thing and then I present it to you all and you follow it, basically.
I like that.
Sweet.
Let's see. What will we be doing? I'll just go over as the, it's traditionally it's like what game master, the GM, or what have you. This game calls it the Master of Ceremonies. So I'll kind of go over what I'm doing. I'll go over what you guys are doing. So as the MC, my agenda is to make Apocalypse World seem real, make the players' characters' lives not boring, and to play. This is important. Play to find out what happens. It isn't so much about like I said, it's not about me coming up with something and then playing out what is already created, but it's together and based on the dice rolls that kind of mediate the conversation.
Cool.
See what happens. I will always say what the principles demand, which there's a whole bunch of principles I follow, what the rules demand, what my prep demands, and what honesty demands. This isn't me versus you. This is very much, it could be, but it will be. Awesome.
We just keep.
I'll just get in the principles because it's part of that. I won't list all of them because some of them's kind of not active, more passive stuff. So it says barf forth apocalyptica. In that case, it's be within the narrative, the world that we create and all that, and try and keep it within the fiction, as it were. Address myself to the characters, not the players. Name everyone, make everyone human. Ask provocative questions and build on the answers. The big one here that I was alluding to earlier, be a fan of the players' characters. I'm not here, not here to if I wanted to, we could just do something with, I think it even says in here, cause an earthquake and then everybody dies. It's well, that's not fun.
Oh.
And then what y'all will be doing.
You're like the Wizard of Oz, right, in the game?
Or the puppet master, kind of.
Yeah, the puppet master.
No.
But we have some agency. We have agency.
Yeah, you have
Right.
agency. It's
kind of.
I guess
We have
it's kind of
agency.
it's kind of playing God in a
It's
way.
like the real world.
It's kind of playing God in as long as it's like if you want to use actual biblical crap, then like
That would be safe.
you have free will. So that's right. That's real. I don't know. But yeah, I have to stick to the principle. So yeah, when you play your character, you're playing your character. You are your character, and it's more about what you do, your character does, as far as like we're rolling dice, virtual dice in this case, to determine the outcomes of your actions, but it's not so much. I mentioned this before the recording. It's not so much about your character then uses this ability specifically. It's more of like, well, your character breaks through the window to, like, what is your character doing? And then we kind of figure out what you need to roll to see what happens. As the text says here, to do it. Meaning, like I said, in order for your character to do something, they have to do something. You have to kind of describe what it is that you are envisioning that they are doing, and then we'll kind of see what the result is with a dice roll. So in today's episode, we'll see if we get to some play, and but it's mostly like a setup episode where we're going to create the characters more so, but we'll get to know the characters a bit, and importantly, we'll get to kind of know the world that they live in a little bit. And then from that, I will, between this session and the next episode, I will build on that in my own time and use the connections that we make between the characters and the world, and maybe other characters that non-player characters as it goes, and we'll have a good starting point for when we really get into it. And we'll get into the real detail of playing the game a bit later on, I think, as far as like, leveling up and all that isn't super important right now. So where do you want to start? As far as we can get into character initially, we can talk about the world more.
Would it help people to talk about the world that we imagine ourselves playing in, or talking a little bit more about our characters? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Like, because we can build off of, they should kind of build off each other. Like, yeah, whatever helps, whatever is more helpful for everyone.
Can I just throw out an idea? I'm imagining. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was wondering like where we. I guess what would you say? 2022.
Oh, that was a joke, but I don't know. That stresses me out. It could be 2022.
Because I feel like
totally
knowing where we are.
Yeah, let's make
The
it
time and place.
after we're all dead. 21. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, let's go with like
We can
make up. Can we like make up a date, like a star date?
Oh,
we can.
yeah.
It's
Ooh.
I think what's suggested is the way it kind of gives off is like it's kind of centered around the apocalypse or whatever, where it'll say like 50 years or so after, but like it doesn't need to be that. Like, what is the apocalypse? It doesn't even need to be a doomsday type situation. It could be we don't even need to actually figure out what that is, but we need to figure out, like, do we want it super based in reality in some way, or do we want it to be fairly imaginative, fictional?
Capitalism has consumed itself, or
Like
Boris,
sci-fi or like dystopian. Well, it is dystopian, right? That's like the original. It is called Apocalypse World.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If it's not just if it's utopic, then
Then
why are we even? What are we even doing? Unless it's like it was a utopia and now there's some elements that are threatening the utopia.
We could do like the Mayan calendar. There was like a 13 Bakhtin cycle, and so you could do like 10 dot, and then we'll do tropical years, so it can be like a made up time, but sort of like referencing a real calendar.
So 2012, the world ended for real.
I know, but I'm just saying, like it's pretend, for fuck's sake.
No, I know. I'm just, well, because wasn't that the whole basis of that was a Mayan calendar or something?
Yeah.
But they misinterpreted it, is what I heard.
Okay.
Exactly.
Lo and behold.
So are you saying like 10.22? Like, so just like 1022 would be like the date, even though who knows what that means?
Yeah, like wouldn't even matter.
I mean,
we could just make up numbers.
Yeah, then people won't get all hung up.
Let's do like an Elon Musk thing and do like random symbols and numbers. Is there like a generator for that shit?
The year Ash 10.22.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Okay.
This year of our epoch. Lora.
All right. Are we on a planet?
No.
Is it what?
He asked if we were on a planet.
Yeah, start at the beginning or start at the base. Are we on Earth?
Where are we?
Can we call it Pangea, and then that'll just be like, it doesn't have to be a
or Terra.
Terra.
The society that exists now found ancient science textbook that mentions Pangea, and we're like, oh, that's where we are.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah, perfect.
So like we're actually like rediscovering what we are today, but like way in the future. Like we open a look like, what is this? And it's like an old history book from like 6th graders and being like, oh, the ancient ones. Oh.
Teacher, what is fossil fuels?
What was that date?
I like Pangea as like the...
Yeah.
What was the date you came up with?
Ash.
Just curious.
I think.
If it was
it Ash 1022?
Okay. If it was because Lichen mentioned, or I forgot who, mentioned Elon Musk, and I was like, did you pull Ash from somewhere? What is that?
Yeah, that was from that.
From the child.
Oh, right.
The alien child.
Gotcha.
All right. And we're taking place on Pangea.
Sure.
Did we want to incorporate the... Because I know when we were first talking about this, we were talking about that podcast that could happen here, which talks about a possible American Civil War. Mm-hmm. And we originally were like, do we want to incorporate this as like a thing, as a world to play in, or is that not... Is that maybe too not fun?
I like...
I don't know.
The idea, but... Or I like incorporating some of that
at
some point. Maybe not necessarily like, probably just for the comfort levels, like in general anxieties, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe you're not like specifically. I really think there's a lot of interesting stuff in that.
So is this like a Mad Max sort of? I mean, just looking at the characters and whatnot, it looks like.
Yeah. That's actually, yeah. So something I'm not a huge fan of as far as the rulebook goes is the presentation. And yes, they give off, I think, a very sort of Mad Max feel to it, but it's like I think all of the sort of flavor that they add is like they even have like in the character sheet stuff, it gives you a list of names to potentially pick from, and I think it's mostly just suggestions or like some sort of kind of. Not so much needs to be taken so literally as far as a setting goes.
Okay.
But yeah, just looking at like Mad Max, like climate change, is that a thing? Like how do we...
So we have Pangea as the world. We have like the way we keep dates. Is what's the climate of where we are? We can kind of confine it, leave it open to other things.
Yeah. So like what kind of...
What are we thinking?
Be northwest and... mountainous trees and stuff.
I like forest.
I like forest.
I like everything. I would have like forest, desert, ocean, mountains, but maybe we should pick a few or one.
Yeah, where should we we find like
So, let's think of like a starting point.
Because so I wonder when we talk about that, like what this does for things like resources for us. And so is that something that you'd have to think about and worry about?
Oh, like for our characters to be like have food and things.
Oh, food, shelter, weapons. I mean, like anything that you would need if we are like in a Pacific Northwest sort of environment, then we have trees, but then we have also like stream and waterways, and if we're gonna say those aren't polluted, yeah, I mean,
in 10.22.
Yeah, ash.10.2.
It can be, we can have society. We could even have cities, or like it doesn't need to be so much in like a primitive type post-apocalypse type setting. I don't know. What do you all think as far as like one of the things that and again, like I don't want to push one way or the other, but like one of the things that I initially thinking a couple of years ago at this point about playing this was like cyberpunk sort of setting where it's still, cities sprawls, and it could be nature, more like rural type thing. It can be some more urban settings.
Could be like nature, like, rural with like cyberpunk.
Yeah, like I was thinking like there would be the cities, but they'd be like long overgrown by nature, like the domination of nature. Like so you'd see like these skyscrapers, but then like huge overgrowths. And I'm just imagining a commune. I'm just in that like quasi New Cascadia. Our section of the world is awesome, but like maybe beyond the ridge line, as you'd say, is other areas of less climate awesomeness and groups.
I want to straight up live in a tree, but I want like that cyberpunk feel to get from the bottom of the tree to the top of the tree. So that's where I'm at right now. Like I have some sort of contraption. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it works.
So we've successfully merged like technology and nature like more closely in like beneficial sync and relationship, maybe.
And basically an Ewok.
Or maybe we have...
Yeah, exactly.
I like the idea that things are going real well for the non-humans, and it's the humans that are like struggling. Like, I think it'd be cool if like the overgrown cities, I don't know, these are just ideas, and like the megafauna that are like currently dying at high rates, rhinos and elephants and everything bigger than a deer, like if those were thriving more, and also all the microbiota that are like we're destroying. So it'd be kind of cool if like life is thriving, but humans are like, wow, shit, like we need to figure out how we're gonna live with this.
What if like if we had to live in the trees because of the mega rhinos? And so like we have whole cities that are in the trees, but we have to go to like the floor of like this forest place in order to like get resources, get whatever. But it's a risk because who knows what the fuck's out there. There's Ewoks.
Can we have the catsharks? Did you see the link I posted today?
Oh yeah, we should have those.
Can we please have catsharks
let's have those
that are Disney princesses, but actually not Disney princesses? Okay.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah,
you need to look.
The species names will be
oh
like,
my gosh.
The name of the subspecies of cat sharks will all be
shark cats.
Different
like
princesses.
Rapunzel.
Bella.
Yeah.
I keep thinking they're dinosaurs. They're not dinosaurs.
And maybe they can have like a backstory of a scientist who was like, I really want these princesses to be cats, and then like,
oops,
like oops, I messed up.
Yes.
Cancel the first part.
Elon Musk decided to get creative. Did not end up helping anyone.
Some miners got stuck, and he was like, you know what? Shark cats, how about that?
Yeah. They can't climb trees.
I think one of the main...
Go ahead.
I think one of the main exports is like some sort of like root, like a vine that has like some sort of fruit in it, like from the tree. And we like, when it's really tiny, you put it in a bottle and then it grows and holds the bottle there, and eventually the fruit will explode into the bottle, and it's basically like what we would understand as wine, but it's not. But like that's like the main city export, and like that's one of the ways that we have to like go. That's one of the reasons why we have to go down to like the floor, or some, maybe like some other weird name we'll give it to like give it and trade it for resources for like the more than humans like species, because like it's not just humanoids, it's also like other intelligent more than human tribes and species, cities, societies. I don't know.
Cool.
And also to get mushrooms. I just want to say that.
What are these called? Or what is it called?
Hunty, what's a good name for like a very futuristic wine or something?
I need 5 extra minutes to think about that.
You can think on it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Grown from an exploding turnip-esque object.
Yes.
Or is it a root or a berry thing? Like.
I'm gonna go with like Mad Dog 2020.
Ooh.
No, I'm just playing.
Mad Dog 2020.
We've got to bottle this Mad Dog 2020.
So you put it in the bottle and it grows and explodes.
That's for sure just
but
like
in the bottle safely.
malt liquor, right?
It's just small.
It's like
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Red
Mad
Bull
Dog,
is
is that
like,
what
I'm
you're
going to
talking
get into the wine business.
drinking 40s in the trees.
It would be Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill.
It's like an energy drink started getting into the wine business.
Energy-inducing wine.
Oh yeah, that's what it does. So it doesn't get you drunk. Like it actually revitalizes you in a very like not meth but meth way.
Okay.
It gives you electrolytes.
It's the water you need.
Maybe it can do all of those things. Like it gets you drunk, it energizes you, it hydrates you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What if at the base of these huge, almost like sequoia-like trees that our commune, city, whatever lives on, are the keepers, and they're the ones who water and tend to the trees and protect it to make sure no one cuts it down. Otherwise, our whole city goes.
Yeah.
Geronimo.
What are the keepers? Are they humans?
So we gotta,
or
like-
hominids or like?
Is that where like I
These-
would come in as a gun lugger?
Yeah, I'm
To protect the
wondering.
trees?
You are a keeper?
Ooh, Lucy, you're a keeper. Well, you are a keeper.
Aw.
Okay, I like that.
So it's sports drink, alcoholic beverage.
Yes. Maybe it comes from the tree's
Is that-
roots?
It's like a vine, and it has like a little bulb at the end, and you like put the bottle on, and then the bulb will start to grow into this berry. It explodes. Normally, it'll be a minor irritant, if you didn't bottle it. But we figured out how to bottle it, capture it, and then drink these nutrients later,
Gotcha.
which is a malt
So you
liquor.
say it's your
Oh, Hunty's.
Oh, sorry. I muted myself
there you
on
are.
purpose. I feel like as the angel, that needs to be one of my resources. Like I'm one of the people in charge of like developing this shit. That and medicine. And there's like a fine line between that stuff and stuff that'll make you better.
Medicinal mushrooms, too. That could be
I like
another key resource for us.
I like
Medicinal
that.
mushrooms.
Ooh, that could come into the whole like manipulation thing because I could like slip people mushrooms and be like, no, really, it's good for you.
Yeah.
But actually,
I like that.
there's some lookalikes.
You develop like a mushroom powder.
Oh,
that you
so
can
wait,
just,
so
blow
like
in
the
people's
berry.
face.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Cool.
I like that.
Lora is one of the words that that's like a Roman wine. If we're gonna do like
I like-
Pangea as
oh,
a
I like
place,
that.
then maybe we can call something like that.
Yeah.
Did you drink the Lora, or did you drink Lora? Like I'm just imagining
Wait,
the name.
playing this later.
like Rora with the R or the L at the beginning?
Lora. Yeah.
Okay, Laura. Like lore, but an A.
But
Oh yeah.
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 Okay.
Thank you.
So do we trade with like the keepers, and also like do the keepers also trade with like distant cities beyond the forest, beyond the jungle, beyond the tree?
That was actually exactly what I was going to ask. Was you say it's a main export? Like, what's the trade?
Where are we exporting it?
yeah.
Wait, what are we exporting? My stuff?
The Lora.
The
Lora. Yeah, we're exporting Lora.
Okay,
It's
so
like the
here's what
only
I'm
thing we
thinking.
have.
So here's what I'm thinking. So like keepers really want some of that stuff made to like hurt things to some degree, right? Because for protection you need to have some sort of weaponized, but it's not really weaponized because it's like all natural or whatever, like maybe like no GMOs. And so maybe like for to some extent, like even the keepers can be involved in sort of like illicit trade of this material.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really want like I want a different name than the corporation, but like I'm imagining like beyond the tree line far away is the corporation, quote unquote, of like very mercantile, like shifty, like oppressor kind of society that is very interested in Lora,
Yes.
very interested in the mushrooms, very interested in the trees themselves, which I would say the trees are hollow, but we don't know why or for what purpose.
Oh, wait, hold on. What if the trees weren't hollow, but that's what we told people? And in the trees is actually what where we're finding things for medicines, for, you know, maybe if we're weaponizing this to some extent to get fucked up. Why aren't I drinking wine right now? Second question.
We should all be drinking wine right now.
We should all be drinking something.
I should actually, I wonder if I can show you guys my wine. My fridge is a mess, but we have boxed wine. Wait, how do I show this?
Sure,
this
that
way.
happens.
And we couldn't fit it anymore. Wait, can you see it? No. Damn it. Where's my camera?
Almost.
Yeah, there it is. Do you see it? It's clipped with a bag clip to the upper thing. And this is our wine. So we just got that hanging out.
Oh my gosh.
It's very pale. It's not good.
That's the Lora.
I like it.
Yeah.
In a winery, we used like Franzia, like boxed wine, like bags of wine, because to test corks, because there's so much acid, like it's so acidic that like you can like have corks sit in there, and then if there's any default in the corks, like it'll show itself in like the in like the Chablis, like Franzia Chablis.
That's what it's good for.
Chablis.
Testing corks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can we have like the corporation, quote unquote, like live in a small part of the Chablis, which is like a giant cavern that goes to the underground that is mostly unexplored, but the corporation is kind of there. The corporation is also above ground. They're kind of everywhere, but like you have to enter the Chablis for like some of the harder to get resources. It's also a place that's largely unexplored, has like lots of like underground oceans and seas.
Largely
Who knows how
unexplored
deep it
by us
goes?
or by anybody.
That's a good
great
question. Yeah.
That's a really
Are
good
we all in like one
By
commune?
outsiders?
Because I talk about us as like a collective, but are we not that?
Yeah, how do we know each other too?
I think Luci, you're the keeper, right? You're part of the keepers, so you're like at the floor of this area, right? Yeah, and then Hunty, you're doing the Lora, right? You're up in the trees, like
I'm doing like
bottling this
medicines
explosive
and drinks. Like basically, I'm like, I don't know, a wine bar in a tree.
Yeah.
So this seems
A hookah bar, a wine and hookah bar in a tree.
this seems
Ooh,
for
I like
me.
that.
It seems like all I need to do is hit record, and then you guys just play the game yourself. Because this is this is like I think Lichen said, like, how do we know each other?
Wait.
Like that's exactly where we need to get figured
Yeah.
out. So.
Lichen, where are you at?
Okay, so I'm the
All
battle
this.
babe, which means, let's see, you aren't supposed to look at me because I'll manipulate you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like Medusa? Like I can't look at you?
Yeah, my eyes are, what did they say? The blue light of evil. I don't know, something.
Death.
I don't remember much about myself.
I feel like you could be like a spy, like a keeper spy almost.
Oh, like I'm posing as the keeper, but
Ooh, I like that.
actually,
Yeah, and like maybe you can like infiltrate some of that Chablis region. I feel like you have excellent skills to do that. Will you wear like cool sunglasses or something, or like I don't
so
know.
you would be like my superior.
Like leaves.
well, yes, but I'm undercover.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
I wonder if I
Undercover
can
boss.
communicate. What are you talking about? I was thinking I could communicate with the shark cats, and I could like ride them because they can swim. So when I go into the Chablis, we could
I like that.
go some places.
I like
Like
that.
a avatar, I can like plug into it.
Do we have to have?
I like
do
that.
we have to have like superiors, or can we be largely like some sort of equitable society where we all have things that we do that are equally
I like that.
I like
important?
that. I don't want to be your boss,
I like that.
even though
So
I'm not
I'm
really.
sure you'd
I
be
like
great at it.
But that's communism.
Oh no! Look what happened to the Soviets. Yeah,
Oh, no. Look what happened to the
that's the knee-jerk response. Yeah, maybe it's more communal, and that
I like that.
yeah, I'll just be a fellow keeper.
I like that.
Well, I feel like there are people who have jobs that have different things they need to do, right? I mean, like maybe it's like the heavy, and you're more like,
Well, like, because I was also thinking for my character that he's like, like hard on the outside, but like desperately wants to be soft all the time. So it's like that's why I entered this commune thing as being like, oh, I like what you guys are all about, but at the same time, I have a lot of scars, and I'm not really like readily able to like express all that.
So you definitely get a cat shark as a pet.
A baby, like Dustin from Stranger Things.
Oh,
The smallest one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
the
gonna have
runt,
like
the runt.
we're gonna find like a runt space cat or a cat shark for you.
Okay.
It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna have to dope it up every once in a while because it gets rambunctious and it can be dangerous. But don't worry, I've got some stuff that'll work for that.
Nice.
So
I like that.
you mentioned, I think Hunty mentioned, and I had the same thought, was this Lora substance. Is that like how is that what is used for, because you said weaponizing it?
Yeah, well, I don't know
like,
if that
how
would be.
is-
I feel like there could be lots of different. If we're gonna, so we live in trees and we have sort of like these. We're becoming sort of like better in tuned maybe with like natural elements as our commune. Like maybe we're better at that. So it's not. Lichen mentioned mushrooms and like different sorts of like natural products that we can utilize to make different.
Yeah.
So the Lora might work for that. That might be something that we use for the cat sharks to, calm
Maybe
them
there's
down a
different
little.
types.
Are there different types of Laura?
Like a
And we-
tiger cat. Oh yes, okay. I thought
And
maybe
we
you meant
don't
like
know
tiger
what's the
cat
thing.
shark.
There are
Or
different
like
types of
a
those,
leopard cat
yeah.
shark.
I think there
Could
are.
the lore also be used for like different types of food items? Like it can be a chocolate, and it can be
I think we find different things that make that. I think that the Lora started as maybe this thing that was exploding in bottles and we weren't quite sure, or it was exploding, we weren't sure what to do with it. And then I figured out how to make it stable in a bottle, but it still has explosive characteristics. So perhaps there's a way you could weaponize that. And then maybe if you mix it with other things happening like lichen on the trees or mushrooms growing on the forest floor, that I would then have to work with lichen to get those things, so you have like all these opportunities to create.
I like that.
Yes.
So it's like a chemical compound that can be used for a variety of things, and the extent of which that it can be used is not fully explored yet.
Yes, but
And
I'm
it's
working on that
relational.
shit. Oh,
It
it could be
depends on its
relational.
Context and on what it's paired with, so it's like an example of the multitude
It's like
of
alchemy.
things. Yeah,
Hell
Yeah.
yes, like alchemy.
I love it.
cool.
So,
Is this how we're supposed to be doing this? I have no idea. I'm
that's-
just okay.
This is fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just good content.
Let's look at, since we started a little bit already, if we want to focus on your character, Luci. They are a keeper of, the playbook you're using is the gunlugger. You are a keeper who is protecting the Lora
The
production.
Lora.
Do we
Damn
have
it.
a name for our, if the Chablis
Oh,
are
yeah.
over there doing something, like, do we have a name?
Yeah, let's name your commune for sure.
Oh, like the commune. I can't think of a good name.
Not good at names.
Are we? Do you want to stay with like geology?
Maybe.
Maybe. The The Lora lights.
The Lora lights.
I didn't like that. When I said it, I didn't like it.
Who is Cassidy Hot Dog?
That's my character's name.
I love that.
Wait, where is that?
I love that.
Oh.
Yeah, it says Cassidy Hot Dog Romero is typing. That's great.
No, I'll be right back.
I had some ideas prior to this for my character, but I think I'm going to have to change things a little bit more.
Okay.
I think you can.
I throw out some ideas, let everybody kind of.
If you liked what it was,
thinking through 2 ideas.
We can make it fit.
I'll wait till Lucy comes back.
Okay.
Molly Luhua.
Yeah.
That sound too Hawaiian?
A little bit.
So that name is our PST names, the first 2 initials of each of our PST names.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Ooh, and that's like undercover for our listeners who won't know, but will know.
Yeah, like an Easter egg that only the hardcore fans will pick up.
So, thinking through some characters for myself. Definitely playing the Hocus, which involves me having some sort of following or cult or family or something. And so it's either your cult, your scene, your family, your staff, your students, or your court. Okay, first idea we had was I was going to be a disgruntled postal worker and have like a lot of laid off postal workers as part of the group that I had. But kind of seeing where this is all going, I'm curious if I could either like be part of the delivery merchant service or something, or like maybe even be like freelance, but I'm working and engaged with the Myriad Corp or the Myriad Federation, depending on where we want to go with that. I don't know if that's
Is that
the
one of the like a corporation entity?
I don't know if that's the corporation, because Myriad would be like, it's everywhere, so it's like everything. Or maybe it's the Myriad Federation, which is like some mysterious underground federation of...
I like the Federation because if we're going to be a commune,
entities.
I don't like the idea of having a corporation. I feel like that should be like our antithesis.
I think...
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, or what that made me think of is like, maybe you're an outsider to the commune? Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, so that's kind of... But I had like relations with all of you.
And then you're working... This federation is like...
Relations?
Yeah,
We're
and sort of
bringing it
like
back to the sex
logistics
question I had earlier.
in maybe
There's a lot of that.
Oh my gosh. There's a lot of sex.
I mean, my character card literally says something like, if you are naked, proceed this way. If you have armor. So apparently both those scenarios happen a lot.
So Mark's, I was saying, he said that he has relations with everyone in the commune, and I was like, what relations?
What do we mean
We're
by
back to the sex question.
Oh my gosh. What if I traverse the underground, like carrying some of the supplies from the above world to these, what was the shibboleth? The underground.
Where did you get that term?
Chablis.
Studio Shibli?
Chablis.
Curious.
Chablis.
Chablis is an actual type of wine.
And
Oh, perfect. Chablis.
Okay.
French.
And I help I'm just the good old working class, you know.
Even
just
though this is a
transporting-
classless society.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay. I don't know, where should I go
Our
with this?
society,
I gotta
our
have
society is
If you're in a
classless. That doesn't mean
federation,
that
like-
he-
Oh, but he's part of the Federation?
Are we all part of the Federation? By choice or by necessity, perhaps?
Yeah. We should be
Okay.
part.
And we're just a commune within it?
What if I'm like some like group and I'm like trying to like, and I come off as very like zealot radical, like you must join the Myriad Federation.
Because it's a cult, right? Aren't you a cult leader?
Because it's I
think
don't
you're
know.
kind of a cult leader. I mean, you don't have to
Okay,
be.
I guess I'm a
probably,
cult
but-
leader.
I can't
But you
wait
sound
for
like
the
one.
battle. Oh, yeah, for real. I can't wait for the battle babe to like look at him and he's like, "Oh, but I'll be a good cult leader now." Can we
Does the
play that in the
battle
game
babe-
later?
have like that look
Okay.
where you have like a bandana over your eyes constantly,
And then,
but you
like-
don't need to see kind of thing. Yeah, like
Oh,
just
maybe.
like
Cool.
Because I can see my
Yeah.
own. I
Like
can
Lady
foresee
Justice?
my death. So maybe I don't want to see that.
Are you like Lady Justice, but like not Justice?
I haven't decided what
Lady Harmony.
where her true alliances lie, but there's going to be a lot of possible ones.
I feel like I'm gonna have a generally good feeling about all of you until one of you stab me in the back. I'm like really worried about this happening later because I've never played these games before, so I'm like, we're all friends. And then the fucking cult leader is gonna walk in and be like, no, we're not. Blows mushroom dust in my face, and the next thing I know,
He's like, I win the game. Haha, you were wrong the whole time.
Yup.
We were all keeping score the whole time.
I'm really worried. I don't know how to keep score.
Oh my gosh. What if
Let's see.
That's what Marks does.
There's no score. The score is did you have fun? And if you did, you win.
Marks is keeping score, much like how God is keeping score.
Yes.
According seem
to
to play
whom?
off very well lately. I know, right?
I think okay. So let's focus. Let's keep going with your Hocus character here. I think we.
it says by default you have around 20 followers loyal to you but not fanatical. They have their own lives apart from you, integrated in the local population. So maybe I am part of the Mali Lahula.
I feel like you could. I feel like you could use this to your advantage, though, in sort of like, especially if you're, a postal worker of some variety, delivery system. I'm not sure how you're gonna finagle all that part, but
Yeah.
if you are, then if we are in some sort of like struggle with the Chablis Society or the Chablis Corporation, I feel like you're in a good spot. You'd have to work with Battle Babe to some extent. I feel like.
I can make anyone work with
That's
me.
true.
I think it's
That's
the
true.
point of her goals anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make that
So
effective though. Like that's what's supposed to happen, but you guys all have agency. So
I have 40 ideas.
wow.
Okay.
Let's hear all of them starting from number 35.
Number 35 is definitely taking off the bandana, and everything from 35 to 40 has to do with like where you're directing your gaze.
I love that.
Do that.
Can I just be like a traveling bard with my like little tiny like cork?
Oh,
we
you're like
back?
an influencer.
Are we back to the
That's your
traveling
cult.
bards? Okay. Good. This is
I'm an influencer.
So last night I saw The Master. Has everyone? It's P.T. Anderson. It's
I haven't seen that one yet.
Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman and Amy Adams. Anyway, he's a cult leader, so it's fresh in my mind. You could watch it for inspiration if you want to be a cult leader like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh,
when I
okay.
first met him, he talked about being a traveling bard. This is
Is
like
that just a long-term dream?
Is it? I guess so. Okay, so maybe I just came up from the Chablis Descends, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I got my little troop with an E at the end and a U somewhere in there with
Do
me.
you? Let's see. Just gonna throw this out there. Not again. You do you. Let me just double check something. If you want to be a bard type character, the Skinner is basically that. And you
Okay,
will
okay.
get. You
What
can
if,
have followers as well, and everything that comes with that. Or you can keep the Hocus and be a little bit more political in that way, I guess, as a sort of leader of a of your followers, and then you can like take things. There are ways to like take things from other playbooks down the line. So that's just a suggestion. If you want to stick with Hocus, absolutely.
And that's interesting because I saw a lot of similarities between the Battle Babe and the Skinner, so there might be some competition for manipulation there.
That's the
That's really
very
funny.
subtle but growing dramatic plot point.
Tension.
Maybe. Because isn't the Skinner like an art? It's
Okay,
the
okay.
artesian John. What's his face?
Yeah, the artesian John Mayer.
Thank you. Yes.
Or it's like or maybe it could be the
Which one?
B
That's
plot.
the Skinner.
Yeah, or the A plot.
There's a
It was
B
the
plot?
A plot.
What's the A plot?
It was the A plot.
The A plot, I guess, is just.
Listen, I'm just up in my tree trying to drink some Lora, okay? Like, I don't even know what y'all on the terrace
Just trying to heal everyone.
trying to do with right now.
It sounds like the A plot would be other organizations outside of our commune wanting to take off with all of our goods, and because it seems like we have a really good thing going, so I'd imagine there'd be people who would be super jealous of that.
All the
Probably.
Chablis Corporation. Mm-hmm.
Which is so hard because what we're trying to do is resist this jealousy-driven climate.
That's the B line. That's the B plot. That's how do we maintain our sense of commune and safety and
in the midst.
Yeah, even like having someone like me amongst your ranks is pushing the line a little bit.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'll do questionable things to protect the Lora.
So the question is, like,
So
is
do I
it
save you when
possible?
you're injured or not? Yeah.
Is it possible to live communally
You know what?
in this space?
I think as you all explore your communal experience, I think I'd like to go Hocus, but imagine like the Questing Grail Knights, but change it. Instead, it's the Monty Python anarcho-syndicalist peasants who argue and quabble amongst each other. And we've just rolled up on our horses or something akin to this new area. And I'm just like, I am Arthur, your king. And then you guys can all get into that. What
We
the
don't have
fuck?
king.
This is a fucking
But you're just
commune.
determined.
There it is. There you go.
But does anyone, so no one accepts you as their king. Do you try to become the king by force, or are you
plot.
always just like trying to push that idea and everyone's like, no?
Are you really gonna do this? I'm so confused. I'm just in my
I don't
tree.
know. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out who I should play as.
That's okay.
Because the Hocus is really hard to do given the communal society.
Yeah.
What is? Let me look at the Hocus.
I
Where is it?
like the outsider aspect.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
I like the Federation idea as far as like you are from, or some sort of like
Okay.
maybe intermediary.
All right. I'll be intermediate from the Myriad Federation. I'll take that.
So are you like a diplomat, or are you? Did you
Yeah.
want to be still
But,
more
like-
on like the delivery side of things?
I want you to be a delivery.
trade-
I want you to
trade-
like
trade
I want to see how Lazarus sort of negotiates
With terrorists.
the temptation. I mean, he can make a lot of money potentially from these sorts of. He could get a lot of power.
Am I like
What
the
does that look
Medici
like?
family? Am I like the Medici family or something like that?
Maybe you could be.
So this is where the Hocus class differs from the other three classes or playbooks or whatever. Is like yours is so much based in, and there are some other playbooks that are similar, like so much based in having that the organization behind you. So
Yeah. I like the Myriad Federation
Okay.
idea. We'll go with that. And then my role in this, I'll take some sort of merchant, some sort of delivery, some that was not a part of all what's going on here, but I've arrived here. I like it.
okay,
Y'all don't know me, but I
Is
think
it-
I'm pretty cool.
okay.
You know?
Are you like a merchant? Do you have any sort of diplomatic purpose? Like, how much do you represent the Federation?
I actually don't represent them at all, but I like to go around doing that for more cult.
Okay, you have your
influence.
own motives there.
What kind of
Agenda.
cult is it?
Yeah. You don't know.
A merchant
Okay.
cult?
But I do love Lora. And I do like... Yeah, we'll keep it at that.
Okay.
Oh, Hunty's muted again.
Sorry.
Oh, you're mute.
What if
You're
Lora
mute.
was something that you didn't really agree with? What if you came in sort of
like straight edge? Like all of my members have little X's like Sharpied on there. What is this?
well, that would complicate your storyline, I guess. If like you were really like distrustful of those of us who sort of like utilize this resource to some degree.
It would
and
it would
then-
mean that that his character and my character would have conflict, because
You're
since my
protecting it.
like sole job is to sort of protect the whole thing, I would be suspicious of him all the time.
So would I, even though we don't really
Yeah.
know where I am.
Me too, even though I'm not paying attention to anything that's
So
happening.
basically, you would just be everyone would be.
Everyone
suspicious
loves
of
the
you.
Lora here, okay? Like,
But I love that journey for you, and so my whole
Yeah.
now like my whole being just wants to like change your mind.
get you into our.
So are these like the subplots?
Where's the cult,
And, like,
really?
the main plot is like we're forced to work together for something.
Let's
Yeah,
figure
well, we
out.
have to.
Let's figure out your cult. And try
do you
and try
have
and
to
fill
figure
out
out?
your sheet here.
Wait, do you have questions to ask?
Hold on.
No, Mark.
Me?
Do I have questions to ask?
Yeah, like you said fill out his sheet. So do you have like what are you looking at that I'm not seeing?
Oh, like he has on his how to create a hocus, it has some stuff he needs to go through as far as he has to there are things he has to pick that have to do with the cult and kind of how they work in the game.
Oh, but you see that and we can't.
Yeah, I'm clicking through a lot of the journal stuff. I think I have like the playbooks. I think those are all available to everyone.
How much longer are we going to be doing this? Because I love it and I'm having a lot of fun, but also I have to feed my family. I mean, I don't have to, like, it's my choice.
Okay.
Like, no one's forcing me into the kitchen.
But you want to, out of love.
We can move on to your stuff. Kind of get that done before you have to go.
Okay.
Cool.
And even like we can even have like some off the recording stuff to set up for next time if we need it.
Okay.
So Angel.
Yeah.
Okay. So you choose. Maybe we can figure out a name later if you don't have a name yet.
I thought that was
Otherwise-
funny. I put landline in there.
So you choose on your. I can share. Show that. In here it says you choose a set of stats.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay, you did that. Cool. And then it says you get an angel kit with no supplier, which is your medical supplies. We don't really need to go into. It says like here's some of the stuff you can have. We don't really need to go into specifics there. Just so you know how it works is it has stock. It's like a certain number of stock, and then you spend the stock when you heal. And we'll get to that when you need to heal someone. Okay, so you don't really have much there. So you have an angel kit. Then you have one small practical weapon. And then it lists under gear on the stuff there. It gives you some examples, like a revolver, just pistols, a knife, a sawed-off shotgun, or something like that. So you get to choose what your kind of weapon is. What I think they're called tags after, where it says like 2 harm, close, reload, loud. Those are characteristics. 2 harm means like how much damage it will do is 2.
Wait, where are you looking for that? Okay. Oh, right there. Oh, right there. Never mind. I see it. Custom weapons. I got it.
And then the words are descriptors. So like close is like it's more of an up close weapon. Like you're not taking shots from very far away. Reload means it takes a while.
That's
you want
easy.
a crossbow? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So then I can choose options. Can I have a high-powered crossbow? I don't understand how that works.
So it says you get a smaller weapon. So it'll be like a smaller crossbow. You'll have a crossbow for sure. You want a crossbow, you get a crossbow. Where? Come on. Come on, open. So you got that. Oddments. It says oddments with 2 barter, 2. We'll get to that, I guess. Like barter is money, and we'll figure out what the money looks like, if there is money, or how the money works. But kind of like how, the oddments worth 2 barter just means like you have. It's kind of how Luci and Lazarus and I have done this stuff before, where it's like you don't really need to worry about specific things you have. Like, it'll just make sense if it makes sense that you have it, you have it. So you don't really need to worry too much about that. Yeah.
Okay. What's an NPC?
That is a non-player character, which means a character not controlled by any of you. I will be playing the NPCs. They'll just be like other characters that aren't any of your characters.
Okay.
So yeah, it says fashion suitable to your look, including at your option a piece worth 1 armor. And you can kind of describe how you look if you have any ideas, or you can think about it, and we'll pick that up on the next one if you need some time for that.
Okay.
What else here? And then you get 2 of your playbook moves, which are boop on this page. If you saw if it popped up like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So you get 2 of the angel moves here.
I have to choose.
Yeah. So, and this is where, so the first one is like you open your brain to the world's psychic maelstrom. So there's like a paranatural kind of side to this, but we don't have to figure out what that means yet. But basically, like, do you want to interface with that a lot or not? If whether you want that. The infirmary, the next one, you get a workspace, which is like you'll get a.
I need that. I need a workspace.
You want a workspace?
For sure.
Okay. So one of them, you'll get an infirmary, a workspace with life support, a drug lab.
The drug lab is the most important part.
The drug lab is the most important. And you can get a crew of 2. You get patients into it, and you can work on them like a different playbook gets. Kind of the tech playbook can work on his tech stuff.
I want an infirmary for sure.
Okay. Who are your is it just you, or it says you can have 2 people that work there as well? Do you have some assistants?
How am I supposed to choose what 2 people work there?
It's you make it up, or it's just you. If you want it to just be you, you can just be.
No, I want help.
Okay, so who are they?
Wait, I have to make up like names.
Yeah.
Or is it people that we're playing with, or is it the character?
It like can be people we're playing with, but.
Can I think about that and choose in a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, like if you need to get going, like we can do this at another time as well. But then you get 1 other move.
I want the sixth sense in the infirmary.
Okay. Sounds good.
I basically want to be a witch. Can I just be a witch?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
So the sixth sense, you roll the stat sharp instead of rolling.
Sorry.
I'm just giving you an option here.
Yeah.
So when you do psychic maelstrom stuff, it says you roll with your sharp stat instead of your weird stat, because usually you do it with weird stat.
Yeah.
There's just another option along the weirdness line, which is the last one, touched by death. It says when someone is unconscious in your care, you can use them for augury. When someone has died in your care, you can use their body for augury. And augury is basically a way it's like an antenna to use in a way. So if you really want to be dark with it, maybe. I'm just giving you the option. You said witch, if you want to be a dark witch. If not, then sixth sense is fine.
Why would I want to be a dark witch?
I don't know. But if you want to use other people against their will, it's pretty messed up. But if you want to be messed up,
I'm good. I'm gonna use sixth sense.
All right, sounds good.
So I'm gonna die in the first roll.
No, absolutely not. I'm just giving you options.
It's gonna happen because I don't know what I'm sure I should have some sort of like dark. Can I create something dark for myself? I have a drug lab. Yeah, I can. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good. Sixth sense and infirmary. I just chose my own adventure.
I'm just giving you the options. They're there. I just want to make sure you
Thank you.
have all the options. Okay.
I appreciate that you're doing that.
Let me look. What else?
It's not mansplaining. It's like gamesplaining.
Yeah, basically.
Is that what we're
Gamesplain.
gamesplain?
So okay, you have those 2 moves, and then history is something we don't need to do right this moment, because that's kind of after all the characters are done. So we'll worry about that later. I will make a note.
Honestly, it's also like really bad weather here right now. So
I know. He's like, looking, there's thunder.
I know, and like lots of lightning.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
no.
and I think we're getting. I don't know if that's hail yet. They said we might have tornadoes. I don't think so though. It doesn't feel like tornadoes to me. Yeah, they said because there's like 2 really strong supercells coming in from sort of like the southwest. It doesn't feel.
Babies. It doesn't feel.
It's
not that windy. There's like no wind right now.
Oh, there's this tree outside my house right now is looking like real fucked up.
That was lightning. That was also much bigger of a reaction than I needed to do for that. Did you all hear that?
The setting is being set.
The setting is being set.
That was
No, I
really,
didn't hear
That was
anything.
really loud thunder.
Did you see the setting is being set for our game? Oh my god.
Oh damn. Yeah.
This is a bad time for shrooms.
I like storms, but like I've never really been in a storm all by myself.
Not by yourself? Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I have one of my best friends is literally like in the next building over, but we haven't seen each other in months because of so.
Rona.
Oh yeah, sure.
But she's there. We sometimes tell each other that if we've seen a scary movie, it's like I'm here, just not.
What you should do cans with the string.
We honestly, there's a person between us, but we could, if we got creative, we could do it. They'd go in front of the street.
I'd like to have some sort of communication system in our commune, in our sort of community that looks like that, but it's different because it's cyberpunk and we figured some other shit out.
We can figure out some materials for a can-esque.
like a watch thing?
Oh, you know what? How trees can talk to one another? We use that.
Rhizomatic tin can string.
I like that.
So like we like touch the tree roots and then, or
Yeah. Or the vines, or the Lora.
do we have like
Dang.
some sort of like cybernetic upgrade in our brains that we've all
Maybe we've
done to
already had
ourselves
it.
that allow us to like? Oh, I guess
We've had it all along.
Oh, the Lora. We've developed the Lora thing.
I don't know about you, but I don't see Mark taking near enough notes on our.
Well, we do have our. We'll have to
kidding.
listen to the recording again and be
Okay.
detailed.
Yeah.
There was more
This is-
lightning here. More
Yeah.
thunder here.
It's real. It's really coming down.
There better not be a tornado. I don't really know where to go with a basement. I'll go to Pam's. I'll show up.
It's really. It doesn't. I don't know why they. I've been in a lot. I've been in
tornado warning.
several tornadoes, and it doesn't feel like a tornado.
Really?
The air feels weird in a tornado.
Okay.
It just feels like a storm.
Well, how's your knee though? If your knee's hurt,
Yeah,
it's how
that's
you
it.
know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Have you ever been in a
I think
tornado?
I was
It's
hurt.
really, honestly, like you know how like in a storm, like when you know it's gonna rain, the air feels really heavy, like it gets, and so it literally feels electric when there's gonna be a tornado. It feels like things are crackly. It sucks. And then the sky usually turns like green.
It was really pretty. Like 3 hours ago, I went on a walk and it was sunny, and no, not anymore.
Okay, do you have more questions for me?
I think you're good.
Okay.
If you need to go.
Okay, I need to go, maybe.
Okay.
Start making dinner. So thank you for including me. I'm sorry that I'm leaving. And I'm sorry I came late and I'm leaving early.
It's okay.
Thank you for.
We're glad you're here.
for joining us.
And you will tell me the next time we're doing this so we can record again and continue to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so nice to make up a world that isn't this one.
I know. It's
know.
I
fun.
mean, like
Yes.
right now it is. I'm still really worried, but we can talk about that later. All right.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Escapism.
Take care. Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. I'll talk to you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
Now there's 3 little birds in the sky. I hope they'll be all right.
Oh.
That'd be so sad if one just got struck in front of you.
Just watch it fall. Damn.
That would be so ominous and very sad.
I know. Yeah.
3 little birds. Oh, 2 little birds. Oh no.
Be a shame if something weird
Oh
happen.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. Lazarus. Let's return to
Plasmataz.
your sheet here.
I was kind of looking at the second sheet again, and there's an option for your followers that your followers aren't really yours, more like you are theirs. And I was like, whoa, what if it's inverted, where like everybody else is like the cult and I'm just like either imprisoned and I'm dropped off at the commune or something?
Would that make would that be more interesting if you're like a diplomat from the Federation, and like your cult is actually just your, I don't know, the rest of the diplomatic corps or whatever?
Yeah, I think so.
I have the wrong sheet open.
Okay, I was just thinking like if it's like the whole thing where you got dropped off, then like maybe we don't know about your cultish ways in the commune, and that's like a secret.
Maybe there's rumor that some believe it's a cult, but I'm actually like you said, like a representative.
But you just wanted to yoga. Maybe like that's the whole
it's
thing.
a total misunderstanding. I'm there to represent the Myriad Federation and participate in activities, do my observations, my research, which involves yoga, kombucha, anything else that ends with an A, like Lora. So, Lichen's power went off.
Like your whole thing is you're trying to like get everyone to drink kombucha, but we don't do kombucha because we have Lora, and kombucha is actually like a competitor of ours in a big way, and so we're really
That's the
against
corporation.
it.
The corporation makes kombucha on mass scale.
Yeah, but you're like, no, guys, seriously, it's super good.
So yeah, so your followers or your
like the court.
followees. Wait. The court. Yeah. So it'll be what exactly is it then?
There's just like a court, like a
what's the,
I don't know, representative, ambassador, like entourage.
So it's their. I'm only thinking in like.
So like
parallels.
I'm a representative of the Myriad Federation, which lives in the Sibylle or whatever, the underground area. We've come up, and
did you say that was all underground, or was it like
I think that whole place is
encompassing
underground, and the Federation is all there, but not like it's vast, and Federation's only like a little portion of it. I guess the Federation is somewhat there too. But who knows what else is down there?
Okay. Let's do. We need to. You need to choose some stuff about your followers in game terms here.
So I chose the court. They'll just be like my assistants, I guess, and like bodyguards, because I'm an ambassador, representative from the Myriad Federation.
Okay. So you're not the So you're not like in the hierarchy there. You're not going to be on top because you have your people you answer to. But you also have some sort of staff that's around.
Yeah. So it's just like a staff.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
I mean, you can call it your court.
Yeah. Like I call the court and they get really annoyed. Yeah, because I want to reenact it as like Rojava-esque, where like I can't make decisions. I just relay stuff back, but the whole time I'm just like, these are my court. And they're like, no, like we're all representatives here. We're just here to make sure you don't say something stupid. Like,
okay. So
you
have, it says choose two, and then you get to choose two things about your followers or your court in this case.
Yeah.
Or your staff.
So
the way this all works is it's related to one of the moves you get as part of your playbook is I don't have it right.
Is it fortune?
Fortunes, yes. So just to,
what does it mean when I have surplus? Like we have extra treasure?
Yes, one moment. Let me get the page open. I just want to read it. So fortune surplus and fortune surplus and want all depend on your followers. At the beginning of the session, you'll roll, and then depending on that roll, certain things. 10 up, 7. Yeah. So you'll be your followers will either have surplus or be in want. And if you roll in the middle, that 7 through 9, you'll have one of each.
Okay.
So looking at your deal here, so you basically choose 2 options for surplus and 2 options for want. For the most part, like
Okay.
not entirely. Like they're in the second set of options. There are some surplus stuff, but they tend to be negative, I think.
Okay. Oh wait, can I have my?
So what happens is.
Oh, can I have my staff
Sorry, say
be
again?
like servitors though? Like so they're like half human, half cyborg.
I mean,
Because you
yeah.
all are like
They can be-
nature hippies, so I gotta.
Okay.
You know,
So
I would
technocracy
say that
versus.
I'm going to be a hybrid
I like that.
of the
Wait,
modalities, I guess.
hold up. Do I have to play like a human? Does that make sense? Because like, what if, kind of going off that one Space Galactic game where like everybody, I think it was Twilight Struggle, or
That's Cold War.
that's Cold War. What's the other one? Twilight Empire or Twilight something. But anyway, long story short, we're all like
Yeah. Anyway.
like a very large, like basically like if lions became like the apex human quote unquote society where we stand on 2 legs and we have, does that make sense? I'm gonna send a picture of this chat because like King's Quest but like Twilight Empire shit.
I think we lost Lichen.
Yeah, they got struck by lightning.
I think so too. I just
Yeah, they got struck by
messaged.
lightning. Yeah. Well, no, sorry.
Did they?
Their power went out. That's a lot different than what I
Okay.
just said. sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
So, kind of like this, like Twilight Imperium. That was it. Like on the cover of the Twilight Imperium box, there's this sweet picture of like a lion, and I imagine a whole like civilization of lions.
Oh.
So like something like that.
Or another.
That's just.
It's just reminding me another pull or place to pull from is like Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something like
'cause you-
that. But instead of cats, it's more lion. So like, but that's just one faction
one
in
wishes
the
you
Myriad
well.
Federation, because the Myriad Federation is a bunch of autonomous like regions underground. I'm imagining.
Okay. And
Cool.
real
Yeah.
fast. I need to find the place in the notes. You know what this means though?
What is it? What does this mean?
What are they? What is the name of the cat people?
Oh fuck.
Khajiit?
That I think that's licensed.
I think that's licensed too. We'll figure that out later.
Okay, I'll just add a note then. Well, we'll get to it in a second because it is part of your deal here. But let's go ahead and do so. Yeah, you get to choose 2 things here. I guess I was explaining the what's it called, surplus and want. So it's based on that fortune roll that you make at the start of every session. Surplus is, so if you roll well, you roll a high number, your people will be, or your followers will be in surplus, and you'll get a bonus
Okay.
based on that. There is some surplus options because everything can go like +2 or 3 to -2 or so. So there are sometimes because there's one thing on the bottom list of questions that might gives you a minus to something.
Okay.
But basically you roll and then surplus means you get that bonus. So
okay.
by default, just before you choose anything, by default it says, see, I'll just read this whole thing. By default, you have around 20 followers loyal to you but not fanatical. They have their own lives apart from you, integrated in the local population, and then it gives you, fortune +1, surplus 1 barter, which is money, and then want desertion. And desertion is, I think, if they are in want, people might start leaving.
Oh. Okay.
The amount of followers you have will go down.
Okay.
So you get to, I think how this works is you choose 2 from each list here. I think it's mostly like the first list is mostly positive or mostly has to do with surplus. And then there are wants in the bottom one for the most part. There are the surplus ones that they do list are like
Okay.
negative in some way. Like the one I'm looking at here is your followers are drug fixated, surplus plus stupor.
Hell yeah.
Which
That
is a
makes
surplus because
sense.
everyone celebrates good times by getting fucked up, but then they're less effective.
Okay, so
Because
the
they're fucked
two
up.
I'm going to choose. And I should probably mark this on my sheet too, huh?
And if you have any questions about specifically what any of those words mean, too, I can
Okay.
define them for
So
you.
for surplus, I'm going to choose. So the two I'm going to choose. I want to choose the powerful psychic antenna.
I knew you were going to do that. So you get augury.
Yeah. And let's see. We're representative. So I guess the eager, enthusiastic, and successful recruiters.
Okay, and that means more people will join you
Yeah.
in surplus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So plus augury, and then what is that? Plus growth. Okay, and then the want.
you got
I
that.
do like the drug fixated. I think that's probably a good one. So plus.
Oh, we already have Lora is a
Yep, exactly. Yes.
true.
And then I kind of like the. Yeah, I think the followers aren't really yours, more like you are theirs. So the want judgment instead of want desertion.
Okay.
That makes sense. Because I don't, yeah. That's not how we roll. All right. Our culture.
now is more of, and again, if you want to do it a little later, I saw your name as well for your, because he said he was a cat person and what they were called,
Mm-hmm.
and he put it in chat here is Eufin. How do you pronounce it?
I like Ufon.
Eufon.
Ufon. I should be like. I like that.
Okay. So you don't want the PH. That's how you actually want it spelled. right?
Oh, yeah. I'll take the F.
UF.
I'll take the F.
You'll take the F. So UFAUN.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. All right. So there's a few things. I think you get to
Cool.
make up
All right.
some of your followers. I
Steven.
have so many windows around here. Okay. So yeah, if you have, like, if you want to keep it simple for now,
Yeah.
I mean, you by default have about 20. You could have taken an option for less. I think you can even take an option for more. I could be wrong. I mean, you'll have growth, so.
Okay.
But like, do you have
Just
who of your
Steven.
followers? Do you have any like?
He's like my right hand man.
Okay, so you have a right hand of sorts.
Yeah, Steven is of the snow leopard equivalent of what you humans would understand. Sorry, ocelot. Sorry, ocelot. Ocelot. Sorry, Steven. Sorry.
Ocelot Malikan.
Is his name Ocelot? Is his back?
Oh
is
no,
like
it's just
Steven
the
Ocelot?
equivalent when you would visualize his appearance. It would be a ocelot.
Is he just Steven? Does he have a?
Nope, just Steven. Steven.
Just Steven?
Steven the ocelot. I don't know.
And a he.
What you would attribute? Yes. We're cyborgs.
Okay. Non-binary, but binary at the same time.
I see what you did there. That's right. That's right.
Okay. I am.
For your pathetic human brain, we'll just say it's a he.
Oh, we're like a condescending federation. Oh.
Any other notable followers?
No, everybody else kind of just blurs into the background of cats and cat-like cyborgs.
Are they more automaton?
Oh,
Because you,
Oh,
you
yeah,
mentioned
that's right.
you did mention when you came up with the idea of like, I think you made a.
But do the cats have CG private parts on them?
it's a very private question. To
All right,
ask,
so
I
Lucy
guess.
definitely wants to use special moves.
Yeah. No, we'll just stick with like not the servitors. We could just stick with everybody's got some sort of augmentation a variousness, a variety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just know that if specific followers come up, we will be
Cool.
talking about
Yeah.
names because we need some names.
Cool. All right.
But yeah, we don't need to do it immediately. Is that Steven with a V or a PH?
It's with a B actually.
A B.
That's right. But it's pronounced V.
But it's pronounced Steven, like a V. Is that right?
That's
Or
right.
PH?
That's right.
But a B, you said, right?
Yes.
Like banana.
Yes, but it's pronounced Steven, just as you humans would say it.
I don't even go here, so.
Pathetic, man. Esteban's cool.
Ooh, I like Esteban. Yeah. I like Steven.
Okay.
Maybe at some point Steven starts to gain his own autonomy and he's like, I am now Esteban.
I like that. Yeah, that's a C plot that's gonna go on. It's just out of nowhere. Oh, guys, by the way, my name's Esteban now.
I'm Esteban now.
Oh, maybe are your followers actually all just Steven? Or maybe they are like some sort of like not hive mind, but like what is it?
Oh,
Gestalt.
wow. That would be actually really interesting.
They're
And when you
all-
greet them, you're like, hello, Steven, even though
They're
you're
a
talking to a
cloud
bunch of
entity.
them.
Yeah, and becomes autonomous. Oh my god.
Esteban shows up with like part of his arm just painted green or something, and it's like, what's that about? I'm Esteban now. This is my mark of freedom.
Yeah.
But I still have a deep love for you.
Now we get into your gear. So interesting thing about the Hocus, you do not get a weapon
Cool.
out of the gate.
My followers will do the
There
job.
are ways to get. There are totally ways to get it. You could, if you really want one, we can get you something. In the game, obviously. But it says you have oddments with 4 barter. So I think Hunty's character had oddments with 2 barter. So you're a bit more well funded, and I guess that would make sense also because of. I think as far as the playbook goes, they're probably like you're a cult leader, so you're reaping the benefits of your followers. I think if you're coming from some sort of governmental agency, then you probably have. And it's a corporate entity, is what kind of, or you're part of the Federation. So yeah, you're probably. I mean, you could actually not be, but anyway, regardless, 4 barter, and no gear to speak of. So you don't have armor or anything either.
I'm naked.
But so that's more of like, like I said to Hunty and how we've done in the past, like it's more just like what would you have on you, and it can be pretty nice stuff with 4 barter.
Cool. This is why we have nice things.
But it says detail your fashion according to your look. So how do you look? What's your fashion?
I think.
And then does this come from just thinking? Sorry to interrupt, but just to like thinking forward is like, is it the fashion of your
Yes.
your people, your Euphon people? Is it
good question?
more of like fashion from the federated entities? Like where do you come from, maybe? Specifically, is there? You said, or I guess you said that there's a Euphon.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Place? Okay.
We tend to wear.
Are you called Euphon because the state is Euphon?
No, that's Euphonia.
Euphon?
Euthanasia.
Oh God.
Not that one. We'll
That's
figure
fine.
out that,
You don't have
that
to-
place name
Okay.
later.
Right. But yeah, I kind of got distracted there. But
Yeah.
so what's your look?
We tend to wear because basically we got our fur going on and our like cybernetic arms. We don't have much need for lots of clothing. What we do wear when we have it is perhaps just to cover the private areas, which Luci was referring to earlier. Usually we wear chainmail-esque bikinis or something of the sort. So.
Okay.
Armored cod's pieces, stuff like that. But otherwise, we care little. We care less than the human factions about what we do and don't share. We've transcended that culturally.
Is there color or differing colors of fur? Are you furred?
Yes. It could be different shades from a dark orange to a white, black.
Is it more earthy?
More earthy.
Earthy tones?
Yeah. But usually the colors that we wear clothes-wise are black and red.
So probably like some tans and
no tans.
Browns and
just khaki.
No tans. Just khaki. Okay, khaki, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. We also do enjoy capes. That's our one big thing. Capes.
I mean, I am always down for a dope cape.
Yep. So they're see-through though.
Do you have a what's your cape like?
See-through.
See-through cape?
Yeah, it has a
Is there
gold
any trim or
everybody has gold trim because that's the colors of the Myriad Federation is see-through and gold. It's like air or happiness. Right. It's always there. Sometimes you just don't see it, but it's there. That's that's like the shitty unofficial motto of the Myriad Federation.
And you said you have cyber arms?
One of my claws, forearm forward, is purely cybernetic, of a brass hue, I should say. And everybody else has got like random things. Other ones have more. I have less because it's in the brain, in my lion brain. That's where my implants are.
What kind of implants you got? Like, what purposes do they serve?
I have a patch over one of my eyes, and that is an implant. And I can flip it sometimes if I want to see out of both my eyes, but otherwise I keep it unflipped.
But it is mechanical?
Yeah.
It's not just an eye patch? It's not just like a normal eye patch?
Oh, no, it's an eye patch over the implant, which is mechanical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a normal eye patch. It's okay.
What's the purpose of the optics?
It helps me detect the presence of nitrogen gas, something that greatly threatens my people.
Okay.
You can even hear. See? You can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eye detects
Lichen is
hazardous
in danger.
nitrogen
So many
gas.
sirens.
That's right. And spores. It also we are avid spore farmers, so we can see spores in the air when I.
Is that a different setting?
Spore.
Yeah, I just tap my temple twice, doot, doot, and it switches to spore finding.
Spore mode.
Spore mode. It's basically like catnip, for what you would call as cats.
Gotcha.
Or what would you call like moon sugar?
Not moon. But it's totally not. Don't sue us.
Totally. Yep. So
Not moon sugar.
That's about it.
It's moon sugar. It's not moon sugar. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that the spores could probably also play into your drug fixated
Exactly.
cyber squad there. I'm calling him the cyber squad.
Steven has a cyborg mouth, like an entire cyborg mouth. It doesn't open, but it has an inhalation valve in the slits.
Can he still
spores.
talk?
Yes. More of like a purring, but yes.
So do you have to act as a translator?
Yeah. As me and Steven are psychically attuned. He's one of the powerful psychic antennas.
So he's less of a right hand person.
He's
and
my
more
right
of
hand brain. Yeah.
a right cortex kind of person.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cybermouth.
Is that you, Lichen? Yeah.
The sirens? There are a shit ton of sirens right now, and I don't know if it has to do with the storm, but yeah. Oh boy.
Ominous.
So the setting continues.
I know. Every time stuff like this happens these days, I'm like, well, this is it. It's all been piling up to this moment.
It's all come to this moment.
A pinnacle.
Time to say your last rites.
Yep.
Okay, I think we can move on to who's next? Who wants?
I have
Okay,
to go
let's-
pretty soon,
yeah.
so maybe we can.
So
just
maybe we
quickly
should
go
do me
through
then.
some. That sounds reasonable. I did make a name, and it's an anagram for Medusa Gorgon
Yes.
because she seems very Medusa-esque. So it's Sudema Grongo.
Ooh.
We don't have to call
I
her by
love
the
that.
last name, but
I love
Sudema.
Okay, yeah, that's
Sudema.
Sedema Grongo.
I
like
really
that.
like that.
Grongo has a little bit of a different vibe, but that's fine.
I like it.
Cool.
My character will keep referring to you as Miss Grongo, and you'll be like, you don't have to call me that.
And he just won't stop.
Don't make me
No,
take
really.
my blindfold off.
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing is the stats. I know everyone else has done this part, and I didn't even get to say that you can totally be like more of a like how do you think they are as far as their skill set, rather like more of like a narrative sense other than just like purely game sense. I didn't really go over the stats before. I guess I should real fast do that.
What's the like range?
Well, it's on the second page of you're playing the Battle Babe.
Oh. On the like PDF-ish one?
Yeah.
Oh, you just okay.
There's 4 options. You are mostly a cool character. You're all the cool is the same. Yeah, so they kind of stats kind of sound like the way that they sound in a way. So cool is your sort of main stat for the Battle Babe. Cool meaning cool under fire, rational, clear thinking, calm, calculating, unfazed. And the example here is doing something under fire. You keep your cool is basically because you roll plus cool for that. Hard meaning hard-hearted, violent, aggressive, strong-willed, mean, physically and emotionally strong. So, and it says when you go aggro on someone, which is like being not so much like necessarily attacking someone, but more of like being intimidating. But I think like Luci's character, I think hard is their stat, and that is more of aggressive. Hot.
I go aggro out of principle.
Hot meaning attractive, subtle, gracious, sexy, beautiful, inspiring, exciting. So it's not like entirely like physical attractiveness. It's also more social in a like persuasive in a I don't know, like
Okay.
In an attractive way.
so yeah, you roll plus
Like
hot.
attracts people to them in some way.
Like you have a lot of symmetrical attributes.
So you roll plus hot to seduce or manipulate someone. So there's also it's not necessarily
Okay.
just,
It's the manipulation.
and then sharp is sharp-witted, clever, alert, smart, perceptive, educated, skilled, trained. That's when you read a person or a situation, you're kind of aware of your surroundings. And then weird is where it gets to the paranatural side of things. It has mostly to do with the whole psychic maelstrom aspect. But there are so I think it could be handled a little better here, but it says weirdo, psychic, genius, uncanny, lucky, strange, prophetic, touched. Kind of it's the most magic this game has is kind of this like it's not really defined yet because it's not really it's supposed to be kind of vague anyway, but like at least up front. It could be like a extra dimensional thing. It could just be like, it could actually just straight up be magic if that's where it goes. But yeah, so choose one of those sets.
I'm gonna go with the 3 - 2 1 1 1.
Okay.
I think that was an option. Okay. And I enter that into my card. I don't care about hardness.
All about the social. Okay, so gear. It says you get 2 custom weapons, and then on that second page on the left, there are custom either big guns or little guns, basically. There's not all guns either. I think it says hand weapons, firearms or hand weapons. So hand weapons are basically not firearms, actually.
Yep.
So like,
do you have to choose one of each? Like one.
Yes, because it says base choose one on
weapon?
each, and then option you can choose.
Cool.
So I have to choose one on each.
I think if you
one
want
of each.
one of each, you have to choose one of each. If you want 2 of one type, you can do 2 of one type, I think is what it's saying.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, got it.
No, actually, I was wrong. No. You get to, either way, you can choose 2 of one, choose 2 of one specific type if you want. But you choose one base, which is the weapon itself, and then you get 2 options on that. And those are, all of these are characteristics of them. So, ornate is plus valuable. It just means it's worth more in a monetary sense. And then there are some actual like mechanical sense of stuff of semi-automatic means it's going to take you a little while to minus reload. Oh no, yes. So it gets rid of reload because a lot of the weapons, I'm looking at the custom firearms, they have like a handgun is 2 harm, close, reload allowed, which means it does 2 damage. Close means it's a close range, like you can't shoot super far with it. Reload means there is, and this is all more narrative, like it's more for me to kind of figure out, like, but it's, your choice, so you should know about it. Reload just means it's gonna like take a while between attacks, because you have to deal with reloading it. And loud is it's loud, so if you're sneaking around and then you shoot your gun, like people around are going to hear it. So like silence would get rid of loud, so that's what that means when it says minus loud, is if it has that word in its descriptor already from the base choice, then it'll get rid of that.
Okay.
And then AP means, for like AP ammo, it's armor penetrating, which means that the way damage works is when someone takes damage, it is the damage from the weapon and then minus what their armor is worth. So if your weapon does 2 damage and they're wearing 1 armor, they'd take 1 damage because that's the difference. So AP means it doesn't matter what armor they have, they just take the full damage. I know this is kind of a lot all at once.
Yeah, I'm kind of probably not picking strategically, but just based on what sounds cool.
Yeah, that's the best.
That is the best.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in maxing.
It's about coolness
Yes.
above all else.
I want a staff.
Yeah.
An ornate and hidden staff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like that.
So let me add those.
Ooh, infinite. What does that do?
That's what I want. Well, no, that isn't what I picked. I picked hidden.
Yeah, but hidden says
almost did that,
plus
though.
infinite. So I'm looking up what that means.
Oh, that's okay. It does.
Oh,
have
did
that.
you
Maybe that's
just
why I
take
picked
that giant ornate staff out of your pocket? How did you fit that in there? What? Whoa. Where'd that come from?
It's a magical staff.
I like that.
It's a hand
What
weapon.
if it's
I guess
what if
that's
your staff is a
small enough.
giant mushroom stalk? That's why it's infinite.
Oh, that it's hidden in plain sight.
You're just like,
Ooh.
and you just like, and like the staff jumps out at you.
This is great, actually. Infinite.
And it's ornate.
Infinite says, throw one away, the character has another one, and another,
What?
and another. They have as many as they need.
Because they're mushrooms.
So if you ever lose it, you don't lose it.
That's
Because
great.
you always have your staff.
Cool. Definitely, I want that.
I love that.
And it says that if, like, how it works is, it says take infinite valuable knives, for instance. The character can throw one knife away and have more indefinitely, but if they throw all of their knives away as an item, they're all gone. I just think, I think it's way cooler if it's just like almost like Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little different, but in that it's like a part of you in a way that you always have your staff, and even if something happens, like, you have your staff.
Yeah.
And I think it works really well with the staff because it's such a it's not like knives that are small, it's kind of a bigger item.
Yeah. Unlimited
Unlimited staves.
stabs.
So you chose ornate.
Yeah.
So how is it ornate? Like, how does it look?
It is a mushroom. I think it's a morel. Like, do you guys know what
Yeah.
morels look like?
I like that.
They're very beautiful and like lacy looking almost. Like they have kind of a webbed, greenish looking. So it's like a giant morel.
Okay.
And this like staff part, like the stem has beautiful lichen and ivy like intertwined up it that are perpetually growing.
So it's this living thing.
And it's also maybe agentic.
What?
We'll see.
Agentic?
There's a connection. Agentic.
What?
Might have agency. of
Oh
its
my
own.
gosh. That's amazing.
And there's unlimited number of
love
them.
that.
So
I like that.
Does it communicate with you?
yeah, this is exciting. I don't know if I should say.
Plots. There's so many plots.
Oh, it had name suggestions for me.
Yeah, they're
It communicates with your third eye.
Yeah, just take them as suggestions, but it's not. Yeah, you can if you. I like your name is. I think is a lot better than their options.
Cool. Then Smith,
Then, yeah.
Honey Tree.
Hi, I'm Jane Smith. Battle Babe.
Battle game.
Colon.
Okay, so you also have oddments worth 4 barter, so you have a good, which makes sense if you have an ornate staff. I think that value though comes from its, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not for me to say, I guess. I was gonna say from its uniqueness, but is your staff a unique item? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And then, yeah, fashion suitable to your look. You can have either option worth. Oh, it says your fashion can have 1 armor, or you can have body armor with 2 armor. So yeah, what's your fashion?
Where's that? Is that under look?
It is under gear. It's still in. Oh, in your
Oh, okay. Fashion.
sheet.
So for fashion, so I can either have like my normal outfit is 1 armor, or I have separate armor for 2.
Yes.
Is that okay? I'll have separate armor.
Okay, you want the body armor worth 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does that look as far as like what are you wearing? Something you wearing like an outfit, and then you put the armor on, or you have the armor under, or like what do you look like as far as fashion?
I think when I choose to put the armor on, it's underneath my normal outfit, so it's hard to tell.
So it's probably just like a basic whatever Kevlar
armor
or something. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be whatever, but like that's kind of it's more about the utility than anything. Okay.
Yes.
And then let's do, I guess the moves. You get 2 of your playbook moves, which is on the first
Okay.
page.
And I get 2. Okay. Let's see. Impossible reflexes. Perfect instinct. I definitely have to pick dangerous and sexy because I'm Medusa.
That's true.
And I think perfect instincts because it's all about the social.
Okay.
I like that.
Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Because they both kind of relate.
We'll see how that
to
goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Two, 'cause that's that.
Compliment.
Sorry, I'm just looking at. Okay, cool. And then I think that's all.
Does your
Cool.
character drink lots of Lora?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
Actually, so like, yeah. What do you in the commune like? What is you said? You were part of the keepers.
Yes, but I might be undercover against them because I'm friends with or what's Lucy's character's name?
Cassidy. Cassidy Hot Dog Romero.
Cassidy Hot Dog Romero. I'm friends with Cassidy. But Cassidy isn't sure if they can trust me. So, but
Okay.
yeah, I like hang out with the keepers, but I don't know if I am a keeper.
Okay.
Nice.
Maybe I am.
Nice.
But I'm very passionate about the trees, and I think I drink a lot of Lora.
Free Lora.
I probably do. Everyone does. Yes. There's multiple types, so maybe people don't know what type I'm drinking.
Oh, true.
But drinking something.
Like you're microdosing in the morning.
Yeah. That keeps me going. Starts the day off nice.
It's 2 o'clock
Exactly.
somewhere.
Maybe a little more in the after. Yeah.
It's 2:00 somewhere.
I'm just
Indeed.
waiting for the moment when someone disarms you and takes your staff, and then they'll like look away and then look again, and the staff's gone, and you have it. Like, I'm really looking forward to that.
It's gonna happen because
Yeah, then
and
you
if I
have it,
look at them,
and then it goes right through their body because you zap them with it.
oh,
They're like, "Ah."
unless that's not how it
Oh,
works.
yeah, true. True.
And if I look at them and I have a high enough roll, I think they can't move. They have to like.
Does
freeze.
it?
Ooh, I like that.
Does it magically appear back in your hand, or does it like transport?
Like hops over.
fly back
I
to
think
your
it
hand?
comes through the ground. It like pops back up, like it's growing again. Because that's how it works. It's a
okay.
morel, and morels kind of do pop up. Like one day they're gone or not there, and the next day they are. So it's like all of a sudden,
Damn.
and then
So you could you make it like pop up directly beneath somebody?
like impale them.
Yeah.
Maybe because I can communicate with it, perhaps.
Did you take
Yeah.
Is that part of the merciless battle babe move, or did you, or the?
I didn't pick the merciless though. I don't think she's going to be
think so either.
merciless.
And then I'm just seeing because
Not
I
sure.
thought you hadn't picked another one. You also have a crossbow. Okay.
Yes, I have a big antique crossbow.
nice.
Where did you get it? If it's like, how old is it? If it's antique, like how, like where does it? Where did you?
It's a family heirloom,
Okay.
and it's very large for its kind because it comes from. I think my family comes from that place, like the underground, undersea place. And crossbows are big underwater.
It's true. As somebody of the Myriad Federation, I could vouch for that. But us
Okay, thank you.
cat-like things that
I
you would
wasn't
call,
sure.
we don't like water so much. That's why we're very, we're like
Okay.
pirates. Yeah.
Because you haven't joined in your evolutionary path with the sharks
That's
like
true.
my friends
We
have.
were like,
So
I don't know, cat noises.
you're staying on ground. I don't think mine can climb very well, so that's okay.
So
He has other skills.
did a specific relative hand it down to you? Or?
My mother, it's a very maternal line. All the grandmothers.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
All the men strangely disappear. So
Nothing to do with the crossbow.
So you come from the Shibli. What was it?
Yeah. that's
Yeah. Yeah, Chablis.
Why did you leave? What were the circumstances for you leaving and joining the commune?
Did you come from one of the autonomous zones that makes up the Myriad Federation?
Yes, because I was unsatisfied with how individualistic it was. And so I really, I'd always been drawn to trees. So I wanted to live more in a forested area and be among the mushrooms, because my family had spoken of such things, but few had visited that area. So I came up from the ocean area, the Chablis, and was very taken with the forest, because one of my maternal relatives had at one point received the gift of a piece of lichen as a symbol from the forest. And so I cherished it and nurtured it and I had this connection because of that. And so I took it back to its rightful home.
Did you keep the piece of lichen between your feet as other humans would understand as a fungal infection, but perhaps that was the safe place to store it?
That's how I explained it. Maybe. Yeah, I was very careful with it.
I like it.
Don't worry about that.
Did you get into the commune through Luci's character? Because
maybe.
I feel like I've seen you around the Shibboleth or Shibboleth.
I think I just came. I just walked in, and
Nice.
people, and I looked at them, and so they were all they had to just let me in. And then when they questioned me, I had already befriended Cassidy, Hot Dog Romero, and no one messes with Cassidy. So I had an in. So we've been tight, I think.
Nice.
Even if he's slightly suspicious of me. I don't know what your feelings are.
It's I know that there's a power that you have that I'm just innately aware of. So there's there's I wouldn't say suspicious, but it's a respect, because I know that to mess with you, but I also know that you have your own secrets. But I'm I can live with that.
Cool.
I like that.
I like that. That's what I want everyone to think. That's the ultimate.
They're there's something about this person. I'm not going to dive into it, but you know what? No,
It's just fine.
it's fine.
Yeah.
They're not actively killing me.
Right, and I won't. If people leave me alone, I won't kill them. So
Yeah.
That's
good system.
That's the
Sometimes
quote.
people don't appreciate that fact alone enough.
Just leave me alone.
I should be giving money just for not killing people.
yeah.
Is there anything else
I'm excited for this character.
for Lycan's character that she needs to fill out? Not to hold you here if you need to go anywhere.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I should put this
Yeah,
in.
you're. We have everything there. I like the backstory stuff as well.
I'm gonna try to remember it.
I'm taking
might
notes,
change.
but I'm also kind of relying on the recording a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. I had to start a new one,
Okay.
so it's gonna be in 2 parts.
fine.
But all this was on there. So yeah,
I guess we can get to. If you need to go, you can.
yeah, I should go check in with family. But I will be curious to hear how Cassidy
Yeah.
Hot dog.
evolves. Because he's my bestie, so maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know when the next, what am I trying to say? Installment is.
All right.
Okay.
So.
Sounds good.
Will
All
do.
right.
Have
Bye,
a good one.
everybody.
Be safe. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Cassidy, Hot Dog, Romero.
Cassidy Hot Dog Romero.
So
Let's enter the game.
right off the bat, Hot Dog. What's the deal with Hot Dog?
What is this hot dog
How
you
did you
humanoid
get
speak
the nickname
of?
Hot Dog?
One time there was a battle and I just blew up a whole bunch of dudes. at once, and when I did it, I said hot dog, and that's how the nickname got me.
It stuck like their gallbladders did to the walls nearby.
Exactly.
What class are you again?
Gunlugger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, so Cassidy Hot Dog Romero, the gunlugger.
Yes.
With a very visceral origin on that nickname.
I have I filled out some of this character sheet thing. I don't know if you're able to see it.
Yeah. Do you want me to read?
Yeah. So I wrote here. So a hard drinking, hard hating, tough guy, wears battered old armor and has a scarred face and cunning eyes and his stocky body frame. The world made him into a soldier, but he was born to be a painter. He serves no masters, but is very loyal to those he trusts and respects.
Hell yeah.
All he really wants is to freely express himself, but his traumas hold him back. Perhaps his journey will lead to his salvation.
Hell yeah. That's amazing. This is the best character so far. Hell yes. Are you a humanoid too?
Yeah, I'm a human. I'm like, I would say like late 30s too for the age.
I love this.
Do you have I'm just thinking out loud, I guess. Do you have like you like graying hair at all, or I know it's not that
Green
old.
hair?
Graying? Like I know you're not that old. But...
maybe like a couple of.
Okay.
Like it's very light.
Not generally noticeable.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious.
And then like so it's like the Federation, is it the outside world, or is that like that's like the nemesis in a way?
It kind of seems like even the commune, unless I'm misunderstanding, it seemed like even the commune was probably, I mean, if not part of, you're definitely interacting in some sense. Is it like they're not part of the Federation, but then you're just kind of there, like Lazarus's character?
Yeah. It seems like the commune is like up in the trees, and there seems to be some sort of like symbiotic relationship with the commune and like the keepers on the ground, like below the trees and within the tree line. And then there's like this great cavern, and the Myriad Federation is somewhere down there, and then also down there, and also above the world as well, in far away is this corporation that we have yet to kind of explore.
Because here's what I was thinking is, for my background is that I used to serve in like the armed forces for like the sort of like counter force for our commune. Ooh. And at some point realized that I was fighting on the wrong side and broke free, and just has been sort of like seeking like a sense of freedom and autonomy and their own life, but like so like with this commune, it's like been the closest he's been able to come to that. And so like I have like a certain understanding of like quote unquote like the enemy in a way.
Wait, so you're saying you were part of the corporation at one point? But
yeah. Like I used to just be kind of like sort of like a hired gun without realizing it. Like I was like sort of like enamored with the lifestyle and was like, oh yeah, this is noble. Like I thought it was a noble profession to have and to be a part of. Yeah. And then I realized that they were like the bad guys.
I like that. So you're like ex-corporate military?
Yeah.
Like ex-corporation, air quotes, military?
I missed.
Yeah, and that's sort of what leads to the hard drinking thing, is that it's like there's a lot of stuff that I'm always having to deal with.
I missed some of what you and Lichen were discussing about your connection there. So I'm like, is that where?
I don't know. I'm not sure about the timeline. Okay. From what it kind of sounds like, it's like I had found employment, or like however you describe the type of employment one can get through the commune, but I had found myself working with the commune, and then Lichen's character came into the picture, and I sort of immediately understood that this was a person that was very powerful, and can mess me up if I wanted to, but also felt like there was no need to, because they, didn't show any signs of trying to attack or anything or be aggressive.
What if they came off to you as they found like the freedom that you've been like looking for?
Oh, like they're the ones that helped me.
Like there's something profound about them that you've been struggling to find, and it's like, oh, it seems like this person has found that, and so like, of course, I'm going to be like more trustworthy of them.
Oh,
because your whole life you've been like commanded what to do, and that's killing.
Or
at the
very least, like, because since she's not on the call anymore, at the very least, like it seems like she has found that. Just because she's not on the call, like I don't want to like force anything on her.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, from what we've been talking about so far, I can almost say like it's like and also because of the fact that she possesses this kind of like respectable leadership quality, but doesn't actively seek to be a leader, and I'm like, I like that a lot. Therefore, I will be your follower, even though they're like, I don't need that.
yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So you've done stats. You are mostly hard because you're a gun lugger. Okay. All right. So you get a bunch of guns. The gun lugger gets guns. Who would have thought?
Heck yes, I do.
So you get one fuck off big gun, as it says.
Yes, and for this selection, I chose the assault rifle.
Okay. All right. I don't want to get too much into like firearm fetishization. But like what's your gun look like without being too,
let's see.
just for visual.
I actually don't know what guns are now.
That's true.
M4.
That's true. Well, I guess this is where we can kind of make it up to some extent, because everybody else has crossbows or
yeah, because we have like staves, mushroom staves.
Yeah.
I would say it's like, okay, so it's like sci-fi assault rifle. So it's got like a lot of neon kind of glowing stuff on it. It's black, like black metallic. It's got like maybe the shape closely resembles sort of, let me see, am I thinking M4? Is that the right type of gun? Yeah, kind of like M4ish, but like with more wires hanging around it. Like it's just plugged into things, and maybe like a 1 or 2 LED displays.
Okay.
On it, something like that.
Okay. And then you get 2 serious guns.
Okay, so for the serious guns, I got a shotgun and a magnum.
Okay. And is it all kind of like how you described the assault rifle as far as like aesthetic, with like wires around making the sort of connections?
Yeah, and then the magnum, like how like in a lot of the first person shooter games now, you can put like little like charms on the guns.
Yeah.
So the magnum has a charm.
Okay.
And let's see. Trying to think of a good trope for this thing. The charm is, it's my old battle tags, or a battle tag. It's like my old battle tag that has a bullet hole in it.
Okay.
That's what hangs off it.
How did that bullet hole get in it?
Let's see. Did I shoot it myself? I'm trying to think what's more interesting. I think, I had a near-death experience, and in that near-death experience, it got shot. And that was also around the time of me sort of questioning my life choices. So then it became like, it's like, okay, I'm keeping this around as like a memento for this significant change when the old me died.
Interesting. Okay, I like that. Did you actually get injured? You said it was near death, or was it just like a near miss?
Like a near miss.
Okay. Was it like? So I'm imagining that it's like you were moving around somehow in a way that it was like maybe like airborne slightly, like as it hung around your neck and kind of like was up, and a bullet passed like right past your head or something, and it pierced the, like, this is, I'm not, that's what I'm imagining as far as like how the bullet
like
hole
actually
kinda
like
got there.
maybe like it's like because maybe it's maybe an interesting idea would be like it's like metal. It's made out of a metal material, and it got hit, and that saved me from getting hit in a vital organ.
Okay. So you have you have a backup weapon, and unless you have anything specific like the charm thing. Like
no, so like my third slot was just gonna be grenades.
Okay. Cool. Is that at all Lora based?
The grenades?
Yeah. Is it more like?
Heck yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're like overly ripe Lora bead.
You gotta pick them when they're
Lora
just
berries.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you like pull the pin off. Instead, you like rip the stem off and like chew it, throw the berries, and you like smoke the stem. And you're like, I love the smell of Lora in the morning.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. So then you have armor worth 2 armor. And I'll just say like fashion as everyone else to your taste.
So the armor, so I have like an image that I found online for Gunlugger that I put in my little bio thing, and I feel like that's pretty much kind of like that, but with more because we have this sort of hippie commune Vardenfell-esque type of thing going on right now. I think like some of the armor plating for like the shoulders and knee pads would have like aspects of sort of like the mushroom vibe around like the edges sort of thing, like the trim maybe some of the major pieces, like middle pieces of the armor.
Okay. So it seems just based on this image, it's like vaguely sort of Civil War looking era as far as like the actual clothing in that way. Is that how you want to?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's like so there's definitely a trench coat involved. Okay. So there's like there's this big trench coat involved. It's green. There's a lot of green going on.
Okay.
Kind of going with like the hippie thing, like steel toe boots.
But you have like that cap
punk.
where you have it has a bill on the front.
I'm trying to decide about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that cap works. It's kind of like that.
And I like
cadet like, you know.
Yeah. I like the armor on the front part. Kind of like on the forehead area.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you send a link to that picture? I want to see.
Oh yeah, you don't have the. Let me show you.
I don't have access.
Yeah, I could do a screenshot in the RPG.
I hit
channel
show on the thing.
Whoa,
I don't know if it
cool.
pops up for you.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. It's like riveted on at like random areas.
Yeah, so it's like
that.
linens as far as clothes go, and then you have the armor like stitched into it.
Yeah.
You like sewed and riveted.
Or on top of it
The
somewhere.
trench coat itself is sort of like it's like a heavy petticoat almost too, like what you would wear if you were traveling around through maybe late August in Ireland. I'm thinking about like I think trying to like incorporate some IRA elements into the aesthetic.
Cool. I like that a lot.
We've gained
and then
one new Irish follower.
2 barter worth of oddments, and we don't have what barter is quite yet, but that's fine. Let's finish up with moves, and then
Yeah, so I saw that like I get all of the regular moves plus 2
yes, so everybody
Gunlugger
gets
moves, but I couldn't find that.
Okay. The Gunlugger
page.
moves are on the first page of the Gunlugger
The character sheet?
I
Oh
think
yeah,
it's
it
on
is, okay.
You have to do on the character
Okay,
sheet.
let me see.
But it says you get all the basic moves, which everybody gets, and those are kind of like the base
Okay.
sort of general moves, like seduce or manipulate or go aggro.
What is on the one it says prepared for the inevitable, it says you have a well-stocked and high-quality first aid kit. It counts as an angel kit with a capacity of 2 stock. What does the angel kit mean?
Isn't the angel like the healer class?
Yeah, so Hunty's character is an angel, and it's basically just a meta kit. The angel kit that an angel gets is, I think, 6 stock. So you just get like a 2 stock one if you went that route.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
let's see.
similar in you. It just uses the same kind of healing move.
Okay, so we already have an angel, so I guess I'm thinking of Battlefield Instincts for the first one, and the second one, yeah, trying to decide between Battle Hardened and Not to Be Fucked With. I do have a
Yeah, I
plus
saw
two
that. I was
in
like,
hard, which would go well with the Battle Hardened, I suppose.
Can you say one more time what you were looking at?
Oh, like I'm trying to decide between Battle Hardened and Not to Be Fucked With.
Well, you get 3 of these moves.
Oh, I thought it was 2. Okay, so
sorry.
all right, so
Did it say-
Battlefield Instincts.
Sorry, it might be 2. I thought it said... No, choose 3. Choose 3.
Heck yeah. Okay. So first one is Battlefield Instincts. Second one
Okay.
will be Battle
So you
Hardened.
use hard instead of weird when you open your brain to the psychic
Yeah,
maelstrom.
I open my brain to the world's psychic maelstrom.
Okay. What was the second one?
Not to be fucked with.
Hell yeah.
So in battle, I count as a small gang with harm and armor according to my gear.
Sweet. So yeah.
And the third one would be Battle Hardened.
Battle hard. Okay.
So when I act under fire or stand Overwatch, I roll with hard instead of cool.
Yeah. The gang. So what that means as far as count as a small gang, and like besides the name of the move just being cool. So yeah, you as an individual, you count as a small gang. And the way gang stuff works is based on size, and it's just basically just like a small gang is the small size of a gang that's bigger than a person or a few people who don't themselves aren't enough people to be a gang. And then like a medium gang is bigger than a small gang, and a large gang is bigger than a medium gang, and all that.
I love it.
And so that means basically you'll be on equal footing with another small gang is essentially what that means, by yourself, which is awesome.
Okay.
And then that would also mean for against a medium gang, because it's basically just like if it's one higher than you, you get a little extra damage towards you or what have you. Like we'll get there when we get there. It's basically just like level 1, a level 2, a level 3, and that'll just it adjusts like damage done or whatever the effects are. So by yourself, you are a small gang. So against another small gang, you'll be on equal footing. That also means you can take on a medium gang better than an individual normally could. So that's kind of cool.
Nice.
And then I think that's all cool. I really like what we got, and it's a good start. And next time I'll have a legit start of playing.
Nice.
heck yeah.
Something we haven't done is history, which is HX. But we can start. That's something we can do at the start, and that'd be cool because it's kind of like relations between characters, which we already have a good start on that with, specifically with Cassidy Hot Dog. I'm going to say the whole thing every time. Cassidy Hot Dog Romero and Hunty, or not, Lichen's character, mispronounce it, Sudema.
That's what. Oh yeah, I was trying to remember. Sudema Grongo,
which is perfect for I think both of your. Anyway, we'll get into it next time. Yeah, I really like what we got, and next time we will start our adventure.
Woo!
So thank both of you. Thank Lichen and Hunty as well for starting this adventure, and hopefully, yeah, this will be good fun. Is there anything else I need to do on the outro side?
No,
because we have the intro
I'm
thing.
just excited to save the world.
Cool. Save
Again.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. Cool. Bye.
All right.
That's a good one. That's a good outro.
Yeah, that's good.